Have you ever found yourself staring blankly at your computer screen, feeling that mental fog roll in, even after that morning cup of joe? You are not alone. Millions rely on that caffeine kick to jumpstart their day. But what if I told you that the way you are consuming your coffee might actually be working against you, hindering your cognitive performance instead of boosting it? Think about this. In a groundbreaking study conducted in 2010, researchers delved into the intricate relationship between caffeine, our brains, and a crucial molecule called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. They meticulously monitored participants' brain activity as they consumed caffeine and performed various cognitive tasks. What they discovered was astonishing. While caffeine did indeed provide a temporary boost in alertness and focus, it also led to a more rapid depletion of ATP, the brain's primary energy currency. This might sound a little technical, but stay with me, because understanding this is the key to unlocking your cognitive potential and avoiding the pitfalls of excessive caffeine consumption. To make this more understandable, let us use an analogy. Imagine your brain as a high-performance engine. To function optimally, this engine requires fuel. In the case of your brain, that fuel is ATP, a molecule that powers all your cellular processes, from thinking and remembering to focusing and problem-solving. Now, throughout the day as your brain works hard, it naturally uses up ATP. As ATP levels decline, another molecule called adenosine starts to accumulate. Adenosine acts as a sort of brake on your brain activity, signaling that it is time to slow down and rest. It is like a natural sleep regulator. You start to feel tired, sluggish, and your ability to concentrate diminishes. This is where caffeine comes into play. Caffeine is like a clever imposter. It mimics the shape of adenosine, allowing it to bind to the same receptors in your brain. But unlike adenosine, caffeine does not activate these receptors. Instead, it blocks them, preventing adenosine from doing its job. So with adenosine out of the picture, your brain does not receive the signal to slow down. You feel more alert, focused and energetic. But here is the catch. Caffeine does not actually create more energy. It simply masks the feeling of fatigue by preventing your brain from recognizing the natural depletion of ATP. It is like silencing the low fuel warning light in your car. You might feel like you are running on a full tank, but in reality, you are depleting your reserves even faster. So what happens when you consume too much caffeine or consume it at the wrong time? Well, several things. First, your brain becomes less sensitive to caffeine's effects. You need more and more to achieve the same level of alertness, leading to a vicious cycle of increasing consumption. Second, excessive caffeine can disrupt your sleep patterns. Remember adenosine, the sleep regulator? By blocking adenosine receptors, caffeine interferes with your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. And as you probably know, poor sleep is detrimental to cognitive function, leading to a whole host of problems including impaired memory, difficulty concentrating, and reduced problem-solving abilities. Third, and perhaps most importantly, chronic. Heavy caffeine consumption can lead to a state where your brain's adenosine receptors become saturated. This means that even when you are not consuming caffeine, these receptors are constantly bombarded by adenosine, leading to persistent feelings of fatigue, lethargy, and brain fog. You are essentially training your brain to be tired all the time. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I need my coffee to function. And I get it. Coffee, when consumed correctly, can offer a range of benefits. It is packed with antioxidants, and studies have shown that moderate coffee consumption might even be linked to a reduced risk of certain diseases, like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. The key is moderation and timing. So, how can you consume coffee in a way that maximizes its benefits and minimizes its drawbacks? First, let us talk about quantity. The general recommendation is to stick to 2 to 3 8-ounce cups of brewed coffee per day. This translates to roughly 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine. To put it simply in terms of ground coffee, before brewing, we are talking about approximately 30 to 50 grams of coffee grounds per day. Of course, individual tolerance varies, so listen to your body. If you find that even a small amount of coffee makes you jittery or anxious, it might be best to reduce your intake further. Second, timing is crucial. Remember how I said that caffeine blocks adenosine receptors? Well, these receptors are not uniformly active throughout the day. Instead, their activity naturally increases as the day progresses, peaking in the evening to promote sleep. So, when is the best time to drink coffee? Ideally, you want to consume it when your natural cortisol levels are relatively low and your adenosine receptors are not yet highly active. This typically occurs in the mid-morning, around 90 minutes to 2 hours after waking up. By this time, your body's natural wake-up process, driven by cortisol, is already in full swing, and the caffeine can provide an added boost without interfering too much with your natural sleep-wake cycle. Drinking coffee first thing in the morning, when your cortisol levels are already high, can actually diminish its effectiveness. It is like adding more fuel to a fire that is already burning brightly. Plus, it can disrupt your body's natural cortisol production, making you more reliant on caffeine to wake up. It is generally a good idea to avoid coffee in the afternoon and evening. Caffeine has a relatively long half-life, meaning it takes about 5 to 6 hours for your body to eliminate half of the caffeine you have consumed. For example, a cup of coffee at 4 in the afternoon could still be significantly affecting your system at 10 in the evening, potentially interfering with your sleep. Now let's address a specific concern: coffee capsules. While convenient, some coffee capsules contain extremely high doses of caffeine, sometimes exceeding the recommended daily limit in a single serving. Consuming these capsules can easily lead to caffeine overdose, with symptoms ranging from mild, like restlessness and tremors, to severe, like heart palpitations and anxiety attacks. Moreover, the rapid caffeine spike from these capsules can lead to a more pronounced crash later on, leaving you feeling even more tired and sluggish than before. It is always best to opt for traditionally brewed coffee, where you have more control over the caffeine content. Let us revisit the analogy of your brain as a high-performance engine. Just like a car engine needs proper maintenance and the right type of fuel to run smoothly, your brain needs careful attention to its energy management. Consuming coffee in, say, moderation and at the right time is like using a high-quality fuel additive that enhances performance without causing long-term damage. Think of it this way: you are not just grabbing a quick energy boost, you are strategically managing your brain's energy resources, optimizing your cognitive function throughout the day, and protecting your long-term brain health. This is not just about avoiding the jitters or a caffeine crash. It is about cultivating a sustainable approach to energy and focus, one that allows you to perform at your best, both mentally and physically, without sacrificing your well-being. By understanding the intricate interplay between caffeine, adenosine, and ATP, you are empowering yourself to make informed choices about your coffee consumption. You are taking control of your cognitive performance, unlocking your full potential, and fostering a healthier relationship with this beloved beverage. The next time you reach for that cup of coffee, remember that it is not just a drink, it is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used wisely or poorly. The choice is yours. Choose to use it in a way that fuels your mind, enhances your focus, and supports your overall well-being. This is about more than just staying awake. It is about thriving. It is about optimizing your brain's performance, not just for today, but for the long run. It is about investing in your cognitive health, one mindful cup at a time. You are the architect of your own cognitive destiny, and the choices you make today will shape your mental landscape for years to come. So choose wisely, and may your coffee always be a source of clarity, focus, and sustainable energy, propelling you towards your goals and aspirations with a clear mind and a vibrant spirit.